Hey there, welcome back to edAmplify, your go-to channel for all things growth, learning, and taking your professional skills to new heights. Today's session is a special treat because we are delving into the fascinating realm of effective leadership styles in the business. Now, if you've been on this channel before, you know we're all about turning every day into a learning experience. And if you're new, well, first things first, hit that subscribe button to join our community of curious minds. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming up. Alright, let's get down to business. We've got an online program lined up that's a game changer, unveiling effective leadership styles in the business landscape. Whether you are a seasoned pro looking to fine-tune your leadership chops or a newbie eager to soak in some knowledge, you are in the right place. I promise you, by the end of this, you'll be armed with insights you can apply straight away. And, of course, I've got some tips and tricks up my sleeve that might just be the secret sauce you've been looking for. If you find them valuable, a thumbs up is all we ask. It keeps us motivated to bring you more. So, grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's dive into this adventure together. It's not just about effective leadership styles in the business, it's about mastering the art of it. Ready? Let's roll. Imagine you are at this virtual business campfire, and we're all gathered around to chat about something pretty important: leadership. In the jungle of today's business world, having the right leadership skills is like having a good compass. It's crucial for not getting lost. Now, this session we're talking about? It's like a guidebook to different leadership styles. We're not just going to glance at them, we're going to dive in, dissect, and figure out how they can make or break a business's performance. It's like we're detective sleuths exploring the mysteries of leadership and its impact on the big picture, the whole organization. Think of it as a journey into the leadership jungle. We'll be swinging from the winds of different approaches, trying to find the ones that not only keep the business boat afloat but make it sail smoother than ever. And you're not just a spectator, you're an explorer in this conversation, discovering the secrets that can turn a team from good to legendary. So, grab a virtual marshmallow, pull up a digital log, and let's dive into the fascinating world of leadership styles and their magical effects on the success of a business. It's not just a session, it's a jungle adventure, and you're invited to be part of the expedition. Defining leadership. Let's talk about the nitty-gritty of leadership. It's not just a title or a corner office, it's a dynamic role that involves being the glue that holds a team together. Imagine being the captain of a ship. Your job is not just to navigate the waters but to inspire the crew, point them in the right direction, and keep everyone sailing towards a shared destination. Leadership is like the secret sauce that sparks innovation. It's not just about keeping the ship afloat, it's about charting new waters, exploring uncharted territories, and encouraging your team to think beyond the horizon. Picture it as the fuel that propels your team's creativity into overdrive. But it's not all smooth sailing. Leadership also means being the wind of change. You're not just adapting to the winds, you're steering them. It's about recognizing when the sails need adjusting and fearlessly navigating through the storms of transformation. In a nutshell, being a leader is not a passive role, it's an active, engaging, and sometimes downright thrilling experience. It's about understanding that your actions, your guidance, and your ability to inspire are the keys to unlocking your team's full potential. So, grab your metaphorical captain's hat and let's set sail into the exciting realm of leadership together. Smooth seas or stormy weather, we're in this together. Transactional leadership. Alright, let's break down this leadership style in simpler terms. Imagine you're the captain of a ship, and your main job is to make sure everything runs smoothly, everyone's doing their job, and the ship is sailing in the right direction. That's basically what transactional leadership is all about. In this leadership approach, it's a bit like a give and take situation. You reward your crew when they do a great job, maybe with some extra rations or a shout out during the daily briefing. On the flip side, if someone's slacking or not pulling their weight, there might be consequences. Think of it as a kind of punishment to get things back on track. It's like you have this ledger of rewards and consequences, and you use it to keep everyone on board motivated and the ship moving towards its goals. So, in a nutshell, transactional leadership is a bit like being the captain who keeps a keen eye on everyone, making sure they're doing what they're supposed to, and using a mix of rewards and consequences to keep the crew on course. Smooth sailing, right? Transformational leadership. Think of transformational leadership like having a really cool boss who not only cheers you on but also challenges you to bring your A game. So, transformational leadership is like the chief cheerleader and innovation ninja rolled into one. Instead of sticking to the same old playbook, it's all about shaking things up, tossing out assumptions, and saying, hey, let's try something new. Imagine your workplace as this buzzing hive of creativity, where everyone's encouraged to think outside the box. That's the magic of transformational leadership. It creates an atmosphere where innovation isn't just welcomed, it's expected. You are not stuck in a route. You are surfing the wave of continuous improvement. It's not just a leadership style, it's a vibe that permeates the whole team. Your boss becomes the captain of the "let's make things better" ship, and everyone's on board, tossing around ideas and watching them grow. So, in a nutshell, transformational leadership is like the ultimate workplace DJ, spinning tunes of inspiration, motivation, and innovation. Who wouldn't want to dance to that rhythm of continuous improvement? Servant leadership. Imagine having a leader who doesn't just lead but serves, someone who puts the needs of the team on a pedestal and champions empathy, listening, and healing. These leaders are like the unsung heroes of the workplace, and they're called servant leaders. Imagine this: instead of a top-down approach where the boss calls all the shots, a servant leader flips the script. They're the ones with a superhero cape, zooming in to prioritize the well-being and needs of their team members. It's not just about barking orders, it's about understanding, empathizing, and creating a space where healing and growth can happen. Think of it as a leadership style that's all about empowerment. Servant leaders are like the ultimate cheerleaders, encouraging and empowering their team to not just meet expectations but to surpass them. They're the mentors who see the untapped potential in each team member and make it their mission to unlock it. So, in a world where leadership can sometimes feel like a power play, the servant leader stands out. They're the ones fostering a culture of collaboration, understanding, and personal and professional development. It's leadership with a heart, and it's changing the game. Authentic leadership. Imagine a leader who's like an open book, someone you can trust because they're real, honest, and true to themselves. That's the essence of authentic leadership. It's like a breath of fresh air in a world sometimes clouded by uncertainty. Imagine this: an authentic leader is not afraid to show their true colors. They're transparent, like a clear window into their thoughts and actions. You don't have to second guess their motives because what you see is what you get. It's like having a leader who invites you behind the scenes, letting you in on the decision-making process, the wins, and even the challenges. And then there's self-awareness. They know themselves inside and out. It's like they have a personal GPS guiding them through the twists and turns of leadership. This self-awareness isn't just about recognizing strengths. It's about acknowledging and working on weaknesses too. Imagine a leader who's not afraid to say, "Hey, I messed up, but here's how we can fix it." But it's not just about being an open book and self-aware. It's also about integrity, walking the talk. Authentic leaders make decisions based on a moral compass, and that compass always points to what's right. It's like having a leader who's a beacon of ethical decision-making, someone you can rely on to do what's fair and just. Trust, in this scenario, isn't just a word, it's the bedrock of the relationship between the leader and their team. Authentic leaders foster trust through genuine communication. It's not about polished speeches but real, heartfelt conversations. It's about connecting on a human level, understanding each other, and creating a bond that goes beyond the professional realm. So, when you think of authentic leaders, envision individuals who wear their authenticity like a badge, leaders who don't just manage but inspire and earn trust through a combination of transparency, self-awareness, and unwavering integrity. Strategic leadership. Alright, imagine being the captain of a ship in a vast, ever-changing sea. That's kind of what strategic leaders do in the business world. They're not just steering the ship for today, they're plotting the course for the long journey ahead. Think of it like playing chess rather than checkers. Strategic leaders are not just thinking about the next move, they're planning several steps ahead. They're the chess players who are already contemplating how the game will unfold in the next dozen moves. Change is like the wind in their sails. Instead of fearing it, they harness it. These leaders have a knack for seeing around corners. While others might be reacting to waves, they've already adjusted the sails to catch the wind. And decisions? Oh, they're not just making choices for the sake of it. Every move is like a puzzle piece that fits into the grand picture of the organization's vision. It's not just about the short-term gains, it's about building something that lasts. So, being a strategic leader is like being a wise captain, always looking at the horizon, adjusting the sails, and making choices that ensure the entire crew reaches the destination, not just the next port. It's a blend of vision, anticipation, and a bit of chess mastery. Ready to be the captain of your own strategic ship? Adaptive leadership. Imagine a leader who's not just steering the ship but doing it with a dance in their step. That's the essence of adaptive leadership, thriving amidst complexity, giving uncertainty a high five, and turning challenges into opportunities like a pro. Think of it this way, while others might get a bit dizzy in the whirlwind of complexity, adaptive leaders are the ones doing the tango with it. They don't just navigate the twists and turns, they embrace them, turning what might seem like chaos into a well-choreographed performance. But it's not just about the leader solo, it's a team effort. Adaptive leaders are like conductors, rallying their team to not just face challenges but to conquer them. It's the kind of leadership that doesn't shy away from the unknown but sees it as a playground for innovation and growth. So, imagine this leadership style as a dynamic dance floor where the music might change, but the moves are always on point. It's not about having all the answers, it's about having the resilience, agility, and charisma to lead the team through the complexities, uncertainties, and opportunities that come their way. In the world of adaptive leadership, the spotlight isn't just on the leader, it's on the entire team, moving together in sync to create something extraordinary out of the seemingly chaotic dance of challenges and opportunities. Inclusive leadership. Imagine a workplace where leaders aren't just bosses but champions of diversity, where everyone feels like they belong, and each team member's strengths are not just acknowledged but celebrated. That's the world of inclusive leadership. These leaders aren't just checking off a diversity box, they're wholeheartedly valuing the richness that differences bring to the table. It's like having a team of superheroes, each with their unique powers, working together to conquer challenges. Imagine this, an environment where your individual strengths are not only recognized but actively used to fuel innovation. It's not just about fitting in, it's about standing out in the best possible way, contributing your unique skills to a collective effort. Inclusive leaders create a vibe that's not just about professional collaboration but also a genuine sense of camaraderie. It's the kind of workplace where you don't just work, you thrive. So, when we talk about inclusive leadership, we're not just talking about a management style, we're talking about a culture of respect, appreciation, and creativity. Ready to be part of a team where your differences are your strengths? Inclusive leaders are paving the way, and it's an exciting journey toward a workplace that's not just diverse on paper but truly dynamic and innovative in practice. Leadership agility. So, think of leadership agility as the ultimate dance move in the business world, the ability to pivot, groove, and adapt seamlessly when the music changes. It's like being on a dynamic stage where the spotlight keeps shifting, and you've got to bust out new moves to stay in rhythm with the ever-changing beats of circumstances and market dynamics. Imagine you're not just the captain of the ship, you're also a skilled surfer riding the waves of change. Leadership agility isn't about sticking to a rigid routine, it's about being the freestyle dancer who can switch styles at the drop of a hat. When the business melody takes an unexpected turn, agile leaders don't miss a beat, they adjust their steps and keep the performance going. It's a bit like having a mental acrobatics routine, flipping, twirling, and spinning your way through challenges. The agility isn't just about reacting, it's about learning on the fly, absorbing new moves, and incorporating them into your leadership repertoire. So, in this business dance flow, leadership agility is your secret weapon. It's not just about being light on your feet, it's about embracing change as a rhythm that keeps the organization moving and grooving in sync with the world around it. Ready to dance through the challenges? Leadership agility is your backstage pass to staying on beat and leading the show. Empowering leadership. Imagine a workplace where leaders aren't just bosses but empowerment wizards. These leaders don't just give orders, they delegate authority like they're passing out magic wands. Now, think of a scenario where resources aren't scarce treasures guarded by dragons, but rather tools freely distributed to those ready to embark on their quests. In this enchanted workplace, leaders create an atmosphere where everyone feels like the hero of their own story. It's not about being handed a script to follow but having the freedom to write your own narrative. It's a place where taking ownership isn't a chore but a privilege, and initiative isn't just encouraged. It's celebrated like a grand feast after a victorious battle. So, empowering leaders aren't just captains steering the ship. They're the architects of a castle where every individual is a knight with their own set of responsibilities and triumphs. It's not a one-person show. It's a collaborative saga where each team member is a protagonist in their own right. In this magical realm of leadership, empowerment isn't a buzzword. It's the heartbeat of the organization. It's the potion that turns a group of individuals into a formidable fellowship. So, let's imagine a workplace where leaders wield not just authority but the power to ignite the hero within each team member. Welcome to the kingdom of empowered leadership, where everyone has a role to play and a story to tell. As we move to the end of the session, I would like to emphasize on the fact that effective leadership is like the secret sauce that turns a regular organization into a powerhouse. It's not just about having a title, it's about having a style that shapes how things work, inspires the team, and sparks innovation. It's the magic wand that weaves the fabric of organizational culture and sets the stage for stellar performance. In the ever-changing dance of the business world, you can't just stick to one dance move. You need a whole repertoire. That's where diverse leadership styles come into play. It's like having a toolkit with different tools for different situations. Sometimes you need a firm hand, sometimes a gentle nudge, and sometimes a creative spark to ignite innovation. So, think of it as being the captain of a ship navigating through uncharted waters. You need to know when to steer with authority, when to collaborate, and when to let the crew unleash their creative sails. Understanding and embracing this diversity in leadership approaches isn't just a nice to have, it's a must-have for success in this dynamic business landscape. To sum up, it's not about fitting into a leadership mold. It's about finding the style that suits the rhythm of your team and the melody of your organization. Enjoyed our video lesson? Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends and stay tuned for more exciting updates. Additionally, embark on a journey of self-improvement with our cutting-edge communication and interpersonal skill programs. Visit www.edamplify.com/membership and unlock the key to business skills for success. Thank you.